announcements to kick off this Monday. Announcement number one isn't on here because it happened after I made the slides. But if you guys didn't see, Autumn announced that, and Leah shared it on the team page. Thank you for that. Go check out that post. But it was announced today that she is coming out on February 7th with an off-the-wall 9-week control freak for any of those people that just wouldn't pull the trigger because they didn't have maybe the right door frame to be, safe with the program, right? Or maybe they didn't have the right kind of wall space or whatever that looked like for them, and whatever maybe excuses were holding them back in that regard, right? Some people had, like, we called an excuse, but some people had a tangible reason for why they couldn't buy that door frame. And if you have encountered any conversations like that, let those people know that February 7th, there is another version, an updated version that will take 9-week control freak off the wall or off the track. Okay. So that is coming February 7th. Also pretty cool because we can utilize that, you guys, when we're traveling too, right? How awesome is that? That Beachbody continues to pour resources into us. And one thing that I loved that Autumn kept emphasizing when she was talking about this coming down the pipeline was that Beachbody listens. We speak as coaches, as customers, right? We speak, Beachbody listens, and I love partnering with a company that is like that. If you didn't see on the team page last week, you guys, I got to work with Christine from Grateful Heart & Co. She's the one who's been lately doing some swag for us, and she designed these custom Inspire Beauty shirts, tanks, hoodies, bottle, all the things. And so you can 100% go and buy the stuff. It is not like the last couple swag links that I've given out where through Bonfire, where it cut out at a certain date. This is living and breathing on her webpage until I tell her to take it down. So you can go anytime and get your swag. If we are taking pieces down, I will let you know in advance, right? But I know some of you were like, I want all the things, but I can't afford all the things right now, right? Pace yourself. Get the hoodie right now because it's cooler weather. And then when the summer or spring hits, go ahead and grab that tank. I'm loving all the stuff. And just remember, your teammates are welcome to purchase this. You don't have to be, quote unquote, a working coach, right? We put all these rules and boundaries around like what it means to be on Inspire Beauty. And all it means to be on Inspire Beauty is that you're sold out on taking care of yourself, like at its root, right? And we're going to talk about that tonight a little bit, especially in regards to Team Cup. And then this strength and sisterhood actually is a piece that I will be opening up to customers too. So if you have anybody who's been in the self-care sisterhood with us and they've been a part of that community, I know some of you guys have people in there that are staples. You can give them the link for that as well. That one is not an exclusive coach only thing. I did that one also to use as giveaway incentives too, right? So speaking of giveaway incentives, I have some fun announcements in terms of recognition and rewards for our team for 2021. So if you are a brand new Emerald in 2021, meaning you've never been Emerald before, not a lifetime Emerald getting it back. We're talking about you've never been an Emerald before. Who in here, is there anyone on our team call tonight that is not an Emerald yet? Drop it in the chat, fam. Not an Emerald yet. New Emeralds are going to have their choice when they hit Emerald between a Start Today journal or a new personal development book if there's one you're eyeballing. So that's a new Emerald incentive. Any new Emeralds that hit that rank will get that reward. Success Starter. Success Starter means in your first 6 months in the business that you hit Success Club 3 out of those first 6 months. If you are a Success Starter, you will get team swag. Now, if you already have the hoodie, then we'll pick out whatever you don't have, right? But you also get, in addition to that, a free ticket to Summit. And you get invited to be in a test group in a not released yet workout, right? So currently our Success Starters are getting ready to be a part of Shaun T's test group for his new program coming out this spring. So as you hit Success Starter, whatever new program is on the cusp, that is going to be the incentive. And then new diamonds in 2021, you have to hold this for 6 consecutive weeks, my new diamonds, okay? But new diamonds will get our 2021 Level Up Beauties swag, which looks like that. Every year I change it around a little bit, so that's what it looks like this year. And you'll get invited to our 2021 Leadership Retreat, which will happen in the fall. Now I have some parameters. If you are a lifetime diamond, if you are a lifetime star diamond, if you are a if you were diamond and you fell off and you're getting it back, or you're holding diamond right now, whatever that looks like for you, I do have some parameters for growth surrounding how you get an invite to the 2021 retreat. I'm not going to break that down tonight, but just know that similar to the Galentines, where I want to see you hitting Success Club, I want to see you helping people, I want to see you bring new people into your team, and I want to see you holding your rank, if not growing your rank higher. Those are going to be some of the benchmarks to get an invite to the 2021 retreat. And like I said, I will break that down at a later date, but just know that by hitting Success Club, 3 people a month, it's a pretty good goal. And Emerald, again, is a pretty good goal to have to make sure that you get that invite, yeah? And it's just healthy for your business. So that's it for the announcements, except if I flip this, can you guys see that I changed it or no? I have to do a new share, hold on. New share. Okay, now can you see? Yay. Okay, so last announcement, you guys, is that Team Cup, hopefully if you haven't been under a rock, you know that Team Cup is coming to kick off February. Every February we have a Team Cup, and I'm going to be going over next week. We actually have guest speaker taking the mic from me, talking all about Team Cup. She was a freaking rock star in August, literally blew her business up, blew up all of her coaches' businesses, blew up. She went diamond in rank, hit the highest SC number she had ever hit, and just had an incredibly momentum-filled month in August, right? And I see this in Team Cup. It's such a special, unique experience. And if you're like, well, what is Team Cup? It's literally doing coach behaviors, but in small pods, right? Like we're literally going to do the things that coaches do. And that's what I'm going to break down tonight. I'm going to break down the 3 layers of being a coach. And I guarantee every single person on Inspire Beauty, every single person can do these behaviors, because the vast majority of them are choices, right? And so when we look at Team Cup and we're like, oh, but I'm not a business builder, or I'm not trying to, no. Do you want to take care of yourself and be consistent in that? This is good for you. This is good for you, right? And so you're staying close to the fire. You're getting really tight with a small group of 5 coaches, and you just keep each other accountable in February. And at its root, that's it. We'll break down more about that next week, but I did want to show you some of the prizes, because tonight I'm going to be challenging you that if you weren't going to do Team Cup, that after we get off tonight's call, you are going to be doing Team Cup, right? Because I'm going to be putting a little spin on it that I love to do. But before that, these are the prizes. So your tier 1 individual reward for hitting Success Club 5 is the Beachbody massage wand. Tier 2, which I am like looking at, people, it's the Freak Fam hoodie. Yeah, Kristen, exactly. All 5 team members need to help 3 people, right? So 3 people need to be helped, Success Club 5 or higher. And if all 5 members do that, then you all earn the wand and the Freak Fam hoodie. Pretty stinking cool. I'm like so excited about that. And then there's regional rewards. They've actually given 2 different regional brackets. There's a new coach bracket where there's maybe 3 or more new coaches on a Team Cup team. They will be, if all 5 qualify for Success Club and they're newer coaches, there is an exclusive virtual live workout with Shaun T, pretty cool. And then they have another bracket where it's Diamond and Star Diamond teams. That will get a Team Beachbody Fitbit. And then the champion reward is, excuse me, is this like VIP vlogger pack, and it's got AirPods, it's got a smartphone mic, just like gadgets, like all the things that you'd need to be like a VIP vlogger. So anyway, a new iPad, like come on now, you guys, there's like literally all the tech that you need in a pack. So these are the rewards. And next week, we're going to be giving out this packet where you can set goals for the month, how you're going to celebrate, what you're committing to, and also how we're going to like push ourselves to hear no. We want to hear no in February, because every time you hear no, you can move on and get closer to your yes, right? And so we're going to have no challenges and all the fun things. Okay, let me switch my share back. So, did it switch back for you guys? It went back to the rewards. Yeah, okay, sorry, I can't see it. There we go. Okay, so like I said, next week we're gonna have a guest speaker. She's gonna be talking a lot about how she saw success in Team Cup. But one of the things I've noticed about Team Cup months over the years is that Lord help me that my dog is barking during Zoom call. Hold on, let me shut the door. Sorry about that. Thanks, guys. One thing I noticed about Team Cup Month, though, as it pertains to Beachbody, is that all those prizes I just showed you are very driven on the outcome of hitting Success Club. And that is, you guys, that is like the icing on the cake. That's the prize of the process, right? And Success Club, to me, we're going to get into a little analogy that's actually really close to my heart because it's been on my mind and in my life for like the last year plus, which is talking about building a house. And to me, Success Club is like the decorations inside the house. It's like putting up the artwork and painting the wall exactly how you want it and filling it with the cutest little pillows and throw blankets and, you know, whatever it is that you're envisioning your dream home to look like on the interior. That's Success Club to me. But if I were to be saying that I wanted to build a house that was going to last, I would not start by going to Target decoration section and picking out my decor. I would start by building a foundation for that house, right? And so that's where we're going to go tonight. I'm going to take us down a little analogy with a house and building a house as kind of the catalyst for how I can teach you to simplify what we do as coaches. And like, let's just break down what it really looks like. And I think you're going to be confident when you walk away that you're doing way more than you probably give yourself credit for, because for whatever reason, we're so caught up sometimes on the outcome, the prize at the end, or the decor, right? That sometimes we forget about this solid foundation we're building. So if you don't know about what month is it? What year is it? Where are we? Who am I? It is February 2021, and we started breaking ground on this house in October of 2019. And I believe when you start a new home build, the first thing that they do is they till the soil and they get it all prepared to lay a foundation on top of it. It has to be smoothed out. They've got to get out all the cracks, and then they've got to lay it in such a way that it's going to be able to hold the rest of it up, right? And so they start in this manner, laying this foundation. And then from there, they can stack they stack the wood around to make the frame of the house, right? And then they start doing the piping and the plumbing and all these things, right? But it all starts with this foundation. And our business is the same. The foundation of your business, there's a reason that all that swag has this hashtag, it starts with me on it. There's a reason that I use that often with our team. And there's a reason it's on the top of this first page of the tracker that you'll get when you join what I call February Team Challenge. So yes, Beachbody calls it Team Cup. Every time it's Team Cup month, though, I love to do a team challenge where I don't just look at and reward Success Club points, but I look at what a holistic foundation of a successful coach looks like, right? And so your workout, that's important. You doing your workout and pressing play, picking a calendar, printing it out, and following it to a T is crucial to get people to turn their eyes and say, what are you doing? But if you only press play occasionally, or you start a program and then you stop it, or you dabble a little here, that's really hard for people to understand what you're doing, right? There's consistency that you need to have in order for people to be able to understand. Your Shakeology, our nutrition, all of that stuff matters in being proof of the product, right? This whole list too, I want you to see as choices. Choices. These are all choices. You can choose to show up and do your workout. You can choose to have your shake in the morning instead of driving through and getting that Egg McMuffin, right? You can choose getting on a Zoom workout in the morning. You can choose that. The next area that we're going to look at is checking in and engaging with your bod group, because you can choose to do that on a daily basis. Reading or listening to personal development and making that a priority in your life so that you're not just working on your body muscles, but you're working on those mindset muscles too. Getting rid of limiting beliefs that are no longer serving where you're trying to go. I think that's important, and it lays a firm foundation. So I'm going to reward that in February. Posting on social media, that is also a choice that you have every day, to just let fear go to the side and decide that you are going to get out there and shine light in a world that needs it. Okay? And then hosting, attending, doing a power hour. You guys, we have power hours that happen at least 3 times a day that you can get onto. But the coolest thing about Zoom is that all of you guys can get a free account. And at any time, you can drop your link and say, hey, I'm getting on Zoom to do a power hour. Who wants to join me? Right? We all have that power to do that. And I love when I see you guys take the lead on that. And so doing that also is a choice. So when I look at these choices, these are all things I can control on a daily basis. So in February, there's going to be a point system that will be separate from Beachbody's, Team Cup rewards, but there will be a point system. And so everybody on the team is working on logging and tallying your points. So you do a workout, that's a point every day. You drink your shake today, point every day, you do it. You get on a Zoom workout in the morning, 2 points for each day, okay? Checking in and engaging with your bod group. I'm going to give you 10 points a day, but notice it's not just posting and ghosting, right? It's not dropping your sweaty selfie and then hightailing it out of the bod group. It's engaging. So it's going to the pinned post and doing whatever that coach asked you to do in the comment section, right? It's going through and loving on your challengers and all of the people in the community, whether they're yours or not yours or whatever, because it's that community that keeps people accountable, right? And we want them coming back. We want them to get results. And so when we go in and we engage, it helps build confidence for that person to come back and do it again, right? Because we're rewarding that behavior. So I'm giving that one 10 points every day that you do that. Notice how many points can add up so fast, simply just by getting your butt out of bed, getting on Zoom workout, drinking your shake, and checking in and engaging with your bod group. You're already at 14 points, and the day hasn't even really started, right? Next is reading and listening to personal development. Every day you do that, 5 points. Posting on social media, every day you do that, or every time you do that, I will count. So if you post more than once, and this is not your stories, my friends, this is your feed. You post on social media, 5 points. Now, let's try to make sure, of course, that you're not just posting every day a cat video that has nothing to do with Beachbody. I suppose when I say post on social media, what I mean is that it's relevant to coaching or your challenge group or your fitness journey or your personal development or something to do with this community, right? And then every time you do a power hour, 5 points. So in a given day, waking up, working out, getting on that Zoom workout, checking in and engaging, reading your personal development, that's 19 points. Posting on social media, now you're at 24 points, 29 points. Every day you can earn 29 points for yourself simply just by showing up to your own journey, laying, my friends, that firm foundation. Second layer of coaching, okay, is staying connected and remaining coachable. So kind of back to the house building scenario, you've got this foundation, right? Well, the next step, again, I'm not running out and buying decorations. The next step in building a home is we've got to have it covered. It has to be protected. You want that insurance that just in case something happens, you want to know that you're safe in that house, right? And so you're protecting yourself. You're putting up walls. You're putting a roof on the house. You're putting in windows and doors and things like that are going to keep you safe from the storm. I see this business in the same way. I see this community in the same way, that we build our community, we build our house in this business when it's sunny out. Notice in all these pictures, it's not pouring rain. They did not work on our house when it was pouring rain. That's when our house slowed down last year. And it was just there are no pictures of that because I was literally in our apartment just like breathing through the moments when that was happening. And if you were part of that journey with me, like I had to learn and practice a lot of patience. I also want you guys to note though, look at how messy this process is. It's not to get to the shiny thing you want to get to, there's going to be a lot of dirt. There's going to be a lot of rubble. There's going to be stuff in your way. There's going to be a nail sticking out of a board. Like, look at this dumpster that they had in front of our house that was just like gross and nasty. And this isn't landscaped or pretty yet. That you could get a splinter if you touched that, right? Here on the bricklaying, like it's not pretty yet. I never posted it. You can tell I never posted that picture on social media. Why? It's ugly. Like, why am I posting that, right? But this is a crucial process that so many coaches, number one, every coach has control over, but so many coaches skip out on this part. And I believe that this is the part that we miss. We try to lay this foundation of self-care, and then we try to fill our house with shiny things. But my friends, look at this. Do you think I'd be able to decorate that? Like, there's no roof on that. It's not there yet. And so this is the thing that I'm calling you guys out to like step up into in February, is the protection, the insurance plan. What is that? Let's be literal for a second, Brittany. Okay, I will. Watch and share takeaways from your National Wake Up Call. My friends, I've been in this business for 7 years and I am not above national wake up calls. If I was good enough that I didn't need to hear the national wake up call, they would have asked me to host it every week. Carl Deichler, Sandy, they haven't called me yet to be on the national wake up call, so I must have something I still need to learn, right? It's like a nice slice of humble pie, but the cool thing is, there's nuggets, you guys, on every national wake up call. I have notes and notes and notes of things that, number one, are repetitive. Yeah, sure. But repetition solidifies. And so that's important. But also, every once in a while, there will be something they say or something they've tried or something they've done that I haven't done yet. And then I think to myself, how can I begin doing that now? Right? And then sometimes it's just their story. My gosh, if you didn't hear today's national wake up call, she went through the whole thing and you could have been like, this girl, whatever, she was on the top coach's team and, she probably had mentorship from the top coach. So of course she's going to do well in Team Cup. And of course she's going to be 2-star. And wouldn't you know that she shared that in November, literally 6 days into trying to hit 2-star, I believe she had 9 days to qualify, and she was like 6 days in for that qualification to try to get that goal, found out she had breast cancer. Spoiler alert, still hit that goal with 3 days and breast cancer. Like, tears, mind blown, new energy in my spirit, right? Like, if she can do it, then what's my excuse, right? Like, I start to think things like that. And I think that's important. I think we need to be around more coaches that face adversity and share about it so that we can realize that we have what it takes too, that if they can do it, so can we. And her story was amazing. By the way, I also love to go, I don't follow them, but I love to go to their Instagrams, whoever's, speaking on the National Wake Up Call. I love to go creep them real quick on Instagram. And today I found her, I think she has like 500 followers, you guys, 2-star, spoke on the National Wake Up Call, super successful right now in her business and she's checking off the boxes of where she wants to go. And she's not using her followers as an excuse either, right? Like, so powerful. So that's why I watch the National Wake Up Call. And I believe that is protection. That's how you are coachable. Okay, you guys already know this, getting on Monday night team trainings, right? Like, okay, what do you want to do on a Monday? Probably not listen to Brittany's voice. I guarantee it. If I'm at the top of your list for what you want to do on a long Monday, I love you so much. Like, you make my heart so happy, but I don't think I am. I think there's other things that pull for your attention on a Monday. And I'm so grateful that they don't win, because I know that there's power in getting close to the fire, right? Attending Tuesday check-ins, active. When you wake up on Wednesday, are you going to be active, or will you drop to inactive on Thursday, right? Active on a Wednesday. I think that's important. Sharing your tracker. It's not always fun. I used to think my tracker was a shame device, where if I showed my tracker, all that meant was, look at all the things I didn't do. But newsflash, no one's looking at that. You're looking at that, right? And all that tracker is data. It's information of where you can be better next week and maybe where you're thriving in your business, yeah? And then Saturday book clubs. So all of these are point worthy to me. And the coolest part, all of these are choices. You can choose to listen to the National Wake Up Call and share it, even if it's not in real time. When I was a teacher, I would listen to it on Mondays after I got out of school on my drive home. That's when I would always plug in. And Beachbody has a podcast that all of this gets uploaded into, by the way. So you can just put the podcast on your phone, and that way every week it's like a repetition for you that, okay, it's time to listen to that, right? Getting on team calls, Tuesday check-ins, active on Wednesday, tracker on Wednesday, and attending book clubs. That's how you stay connected. That's how you remain coachable. That's how you protect yourself, right? And again, like I said, they're all choices. And they're not, these aren't the shiny, pretty choices. This is like the yucky in between that you don't want to talk about. It's the messy middle, but this is where growth happens. So I'm going to reward that. Okay. So the coolest part about everything I've just done so far is that this is totally in your control. And most of you are already doing that. And I'm going to reward that. And so are your team cup captains. And then this is also in your wheelhouse of control. And I'm going to reward it. And so are your team cup captains. But the coolest part is the more consistent you are with page 1 and page 2, which any coach on our team can do. I could train a monkey to get on our team call. You know what I mean? Like anyone can do that. Okay. I'm not asking you to even take anything away from the team call. I'm just asking you to like be present on it for sure. Come on now. You can totally do that. If you can do those first 2 pages and you can do them consistently with time and excited energy about it, then I'm pretty positive you are going to see the fruits of your labor. The cute Instagram worthy pictures and the big shout outs and all the stuff where you get to like walk across the stage or see your name or get a ribbon or whatever reward you're looking for, or I don't know, a control freak hoodie. I'll do anything for a hoodie. Right? Like, I don't know what your goal is, but if your goal is that, you got to do these 2 pages. And I'm throwing that part on top with excitement. Yeah, because I could go through the rote behaviors. I could get up every day miserable during my workout, press play on the Zoom and roll my eyes and not talk to anybody. I could sit silent on book club on Saturday and never unmute myself or contribute. I could get on the team call and not take notes and just have my arms crossed and watch. And so then you could totally do that and then be like, well, see, Brittany, it didn't work. There's an energy, an excitement, a passion about wanting to help somebody. And that's the ticket. And in honor of MLK Junior Day, you guys, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm not even going to give the whole quote, but I love that he said, anybody can be great because everybody can serve. Anybody can be great because everybody can serve. And when you come to your business, when you approach your journey on social media as an act of service towards who you can inspire today and how you can help them transform in ways that you already have, or maybe ways you haven't, when you can help others get results, when you're excited about that, these things are going to come. These things are going to come. So these are the things that Beachbody is rewarding as well, but some of them are not. So Success Club points, every time you get a Success Club point in February, it'll be worth a point. If you get SC5, you'll double it. So let's say you hit SC4, that's 4 points. SC5, it would now be 10 points. And if you hit SC10 or higher, then you triple your points. So SC9 would be 18 points because you get to double. But then once you jump to SC10, that would be 30 points. Okay, so I'm just putting a fun spin on that. Again, this is not Beachbodies. If you're newer around here or like really excited about Team Challenge, this is Brittany. This is just my brainchild. Okay. And the leaders had helped me also make sure that we had a really holistic process to rewarding our team this month. If you help someone with something, so let's say they don't buy a challenge pack, but you do sell a 3-month bod trial, the free trial, that turns into the 3-month membership. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's 1 point per product sold. Let's say you sold somebody Energize. They were super excited about trying Energize. You sold it to them, even if it's an existing customer and they bought it from you. Anything you sell, 1 point per product sold. Any of your PS coaches, so personally sponsored coaches, if you're Emerald or higher, and you have anybody who's sitting inactive in your downline, anytime on a Thursday during Team Cup month, during February, if on a Thursday they go active, they go from inactive to active, that'll be 5 points. Okay. These are all things you're going to have to monitor, by the way. So if you do have questions on like, how do I see that? Or where do I find that? Or how will I know? Those are things that we can absolutely, and we will answer for you. I'm just not doing it right now. Okay. If you enroll a new personally sponsored coach during this month, during February, 5 points. If you rank advance or you get your rank back. So for anyone right now who, you were a diamond, but you dropped to ruby, or you were an emerald and you dropped to coach, if you get that back, you will also get the points during February. Okay. So emerald will be 5. Anyone who hits diamond, 10, my star, diamonds and above, 20. Every week you'll do on Thursday, You'll do a check-in, or Wednesday night you could also, of your weekly volume. And again, we will teach you how to do this, but this is also me equipping you with the tools that you need to build a lasting business, right? Because I want you to know where your paycheck's coming from. I want you to know where, if somebody purchased something, how do I even see that they purchased it? I want you to learn these things, so we get to do that together. So your weekly volume every month, or every week, you'll check in. And so let's say week 1, you had 260 volume points, then you put 260 here. Okay. And that will count for every 100 is 10. So in week 1, that'll count for 20 points because it's 260. And then the 60 you can roll over to your next week, and so on and so on. So by the end of the 4 weeks, however total you have, whatever total you have divided by 100, that'll be how much PV, and then times 10 to get your points. But we'll help you. Again, if you're like, I don't do math, Brittany, we will help. Okay, and then at the bottom here, this might not even be enough space for that. You might have to go onto the back of your workbook that we're gonna give you, but bonus pop-up points, they will be coming from me on the team page. They might be things like you get a bonus. I'm going to throw in 25 extra points for getting on team call tonight. And then you're like, heck, I didn't just get my 10 points here, but I also got 25 bonus points, right? Maybe it's a bonus point transformation Tuesday. I want you to post your recent progress pic and celebrate your transformation and your journey so far. Maybe it's posting a story sequence, and we want to celebrate you for getting out there and doing your stories, and a call to action in your stories or something, right? There will be just different bonus pop-up points throughout the whole month. So you'll want to keep your eyes peeled on that. And anytime you see a bonus come up, it'd be a great idea to tag your teammates under it, because we all know how easily things are lost sometimes in social media land, right? So the last 2 things I want to talk about is if you go through this whole process, if you do this, you guys, like going back to this, if you work out every day and you get on your Zoom workout every day and you drink your shake every day for 28 days of February, and for 28 days solid, you are checking in and you're engaging and you are thriving in the bod group and you're growing in your mindset, you're listening to personal development, posting and getting so many people are being inspired by you on social, and you're checking off your tracker and doing the things, and you're getting close to the fire, you're on the calls and setting aside that time, right? And you do all those things, and maybe because of that, you do see the fruits of your labor. Maybe you do see the Success Club points come and new coaches enrolling and your volume growing. Like maybe you do see that stuff, right? But if you're building a house that was just for February, what was the point? Imagine if Charlie and I started in October of 2019, and we spent all that time through a global pandemic building that house, scraping away all that dirt, getting through the rubble, trying to practice patience, right? And then we got the keys to the house, celebrated and filled it up, and then put a sale sign on it a week later and just abandoned it. Would that make any sense? And then settled maybe, like, let me just put it this way. We didn't put a for sale sign on it. This is not a true thing, by the way. I'm just using an analogy. But we wouldn't put a for sale sign on it because we're upgrading. In this story I'm telling you, imagine if I put a for sale sign on it in July and we moved back into the apartment that we had just come from and just said, this is good enough. We don't deserve all that. Or that was a lot of work to get there. Would that be like crazy town? You guys are like, Brittany, do you need to talk about something, right? Like, what are you doing? Go back to the house, go back to the foundation, go back to the protection and the shelter, and go back, right? So what I'm asking you guys is not to sign up for Team Cup Month and Team Challenge and to dive in and go, for lack of any other kinder term, balls to the wall. Like, I don't need you to do that just to come back on March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and be like, life's too busy. I'm going to take a step back. I'm gonna go back to what I used to do in January when my business wasn't thriving. No, you wouldn't do that. You'd continue the same behaviors. And so first and foremost, I want you thinking about February, not with a month-long mentality, but with what can this momentum do for me beyond that, right? And the second thing, one last note, and this is on comparing your house to the one down the street. And I'll stop my share and tell this story. So when we built this house, we prided ourselves, my friends. I won't be too um, I'll admit it. I'm not too proud to admit. We really prided ourselves because we were one of the first people who actually custom built the house from the ground up. The other houses that were already here were just built by the company. And so when we got into the neighborhood, it was like, oh wow, like that's what they decided to do. That's the color they picked. That's the found, that's the style they decided on. And so we were the first house that got choice of that. Well, we're not the last house of that. There's other houses going up, and almost every house has started here in our neighborhood. And it's really fun to watch them come together. But this whole time, you guys, I feel like I designed a really beautiful house. And so I take pride in that, right? And then Charlie comes, he rode his bike the other day, and we've got like a little cul-de-sac thing like that way. And I haven't gone that way because there's a lot of construction. And so there's just like a lot of debris right now, and the sidewalks weren't built. So it just wasn't ideal to walk that way. So I haven't gone that way in a long time. And Charlie said, have you gone down there? You should check out the house down the street. I'm like, what? Well, so then of course I drive the car. Instead of driving out of the neighborhood, I decide next time I leave, I'm going to go drive through the little cul-de-sac and come back. And lo and behold, there is a gorgeously designed house around the corner that I could look at and say, it looks better than mine. She did a better job than me. I like what she did with her pillars better than what I did. And I could have a lack mentality. I could look at that house and compare my house to it. And I could say things like, my house isn't good enough, right? Or I could look at that house down the street, because I did again today. Before I got ready for this call, I was like, let me go look at the house again, mentally prepare for this. And I look at the house and I think, why not me? Why not next time? What a great idea. I'm going to try that one next. Right? And what I think about it too is I love that there's another beautiful house on the block, because what if she just built a dump pile? Wouldn't it make my neighborhood not feel as good? My community not as strong? But because there's this other house that's just beautiful, I already think I can make a friend and go relate with her. It just elevates everything. And so there's two ways to look at that. And I think that it's important when I'm using this house analogy that at some point this month, there will be a time, and if not this month, this year in your life, there will be a time that you look down the street, and even though your house is awesome, you built a solid foundation and you're really proud of what you're doing, and you're checking off the boxes and you're trying really hard, and some of the prizes are coming, right? Some of the fruit of your labor, but there might come a day where you round that corner and there's a better looking house. But I don't know anything about her house or her journey. I don't know about her hard times at all, right? And so we have to remember that in our business too. If you're proud of what you're doing, if you're doing those first 2 pages, showing up and checking off your self-care, it starts with me, you're owning that journey, you're laying the foundation, and then you're showing up to the community, staying around the fire, coachable, and just learning and growing and evolving, and you're starting to see those fruits of the labor start to come to life. You don't need to look at the person next to you and say, well, she has it better, I'm not doing enough, right? You need to look at your journey and take ownership of it and be proud of what you're doing. And that's what I'm calling you guys to, is that in Team Cup Month, I can also, 7 years in this business, I've seen enough Team Cups to know that there's a lot of times where we get discouraged because we allow ourselves to compare to that house down the block. And you don't need to, because we elevate one another when we elevate ourselves. Yeah?